Welcome back, fellow milk drinkers, to yet another Monday Milk Review. Today, we're finally finishing off the last of Nippy's oat milk series. This is the Colombian coffee. Milk drinkers may remember the golden turmeric as well as the Dutch chocolate having an overwhelming chalky texture. I'm really hoping we're not going to see this again because honestly, it was super disappointing. I was sent these products by Nippy's, which are based in South Australia. I always appreciate their support, but unfortunately, I always just have to tell it like it is. This series of oat milks have a really nice design. I really like this minimalist look with just a primarily white bottle and a splash of color depicting the flavor. Within this bottle holds 375 milliliters, which is a really odd sizing because when you think of 375, you'd often be thinking of your typical soda cans. Why is this really long bottle the exact same capacity as these? I don't really know. Is there any reason to it? Probably not. Other benefits of this milk include that it is soy-free, nut-free, dairy-free, GMO-free, and plant-based, which is obvious because it's an oat milk. But if you're interested, here are the nutritional information. There's 60 milligrams of caffeine in this entire bottle, so it's almost on par with your typical energy drinks. It's a little bit less, but with that out of the way, let's give it a quick shake and get into it. So remembering from past experience, these are fairly soft bottles. You don't want to grip them too tightly as you may cause a small spill. It doesn't look anything too special in the glass. It kind of looks the standard color you'd expect of any other iced coffee. I'm starting to get used to the smell of oat milk, like I can sort of pick it up in bottle. There's a pretty faint flavor of coffee, but it's not very strong. The overwhelming presence of the oat milk is very notable just from the smell though. We can already expect this isn't going to be very creamy or anything special because it's an oat milk. The coffee is definitely far more present when it's in the glass. I can't get as much of a smell of the oat milk flavor, but let's get into that taste now and see how it fares. Oh, immediately I can feel that chalkiness going around in my mouth. All of the other flavors, it was a little bit of a delayed feature of their milk. It had this really chalky texture. This one, I think because I'm prepared for it, I immediately noticed it. As you get further into the drink, it's going to become more and more apparent that your mouth is going to feel slightly caked up. It's just a feeling of being coated in something that's not meant to be there. In all honesty, the flavor isn't terrible, but it's actually like nothing whatsoever. This is definitely a really weak iced coffee. I feel like I could actually pretty happily drink this. If it were not for the chalky texture, this would actually be a fairly decent iced coffee. The chalkiness is definitely a little bit troubling, but I don't think it's going to stop you from drinking it if you're limited to only oat milks. So if you can overcome that chalkiness, I feel like this is a pretty fair 7 out of 10. I'm actually really pleased to see that at least one of these oat milks was kind of tolerable. The other two, I think, were rubbish, and I would never recommend either of them. This one I feel like I could recommend in very, very certain circumstances. So if you're looking for something which is a bit more neutral and not leaning bitter, this might be the drink for you. But that about wraps us up for this week's episode of the Monday Milk Review. Thank you very much for watching. Please drop a like and maybe even consider subscribing. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Monday Milk Review. Bye bye!